We are at the 26th annual PA Jeep Show. It is hot as the dickens. We're covered in sweat. We were having a great time. There's a lot of awesome vendors. So if you've got a Jeep, we're gonna interview a bunch to see what are the coolest products are that they have at the show this year. There it is. Oh, so close. All right, we are in the booth with Rocksled. They've got this wonderful JL behind us, and it is completely covered with some of the best products to protect your Jeep. This is Chad. He's been there a long time. We've got a great relationship, and we do a lot with Rocksled. Let's start it at the front. Tell us about this bumper, what makes it unique in the industry.
So one of the things that make this unique, Rocksled product is all 100% US made.
Yeah.
US made, lifetime warranty, and everything from start to finish. I mean, cutting, bending, welding, powder coating, everything is done in our shop in Nebraska.
Awesome.
I farm out nothing. So that's one thing. Number two that makes our bumpers a little bit unique and a little bit last of a dying, everything's 1/4 inch. Whether you buy it in, whether you buy it in steel or aluminum, 1/4 inch. This bumper, for example, is 1/4 inch.
And
it's 1/4 inch. This is aluminum. This is a 1/4 inch aluminum bumper. 37 pounds.
Yeah.
37 pounds.
So we use this bumper a lot because of these tow bar mounts.
Yes.
If you want to have a winch and pull something behind your RV,
yes,
I think this is the cleanest, best way to do it without having an extra tow bar mount underneath.
Absolutely.
Right here you can hook up like a draw type bar or a blue ox bar.
Yes.
And hook it right into these mounts here. And it works out really, really nice because you've got an integrated winch with integrated tow bar mounts.
Absolutely.
Works out wonderfully.
Absolutely. So about 60 to 70% of people that are buying my bumper are buying it to flat tow behind their coach.
And of course we can see through the windshield, has the full cage in it. I really like your bolting cages because it makes something really easy to do.
Yes.
Without completely cutting your vehicle apart.
Someone who doesn't want to put this in can bring it to you. You guys can put it in, but someone who is a little bit of a DIY, they can take this home. And this cage, for example, on the JL, this can go in on a Saturday.
Yep.
It's easy in. It's out of your way. We move a lot of cages.
If you're in that position where you think you might roll it or something, get a cage, be protected.
A cage is like a security system for your house.
Right.
Buy one before you need it.
Yes,
it's absolutely. I mean, Jeep did a great job with the cage in the JL. Yeah. This just makes it better.
All right, we are in the Quadratec booth at the Jeep Show. We've been a Quadratec customer for over a decade and love to see what this company produces. This Jeep here is freaking awesome, and this guy is even cooler. He's here to talk to us about the YJL. What is this thing?
That's the best question.
Yeah.
So what it is our SEMA project, and we built it to basically commemorate Quadratec's 30th anniversary.
Ah, okay.
When our founder started, he started with a YJ.
A YJ like
and
this
it was
one.
the Desert Khaki Sahara package.
Awesome.
And so we took inspiration from that, and we took a brand new JL and butchered it. The most obvious thing you see is the square headlight.
Yeah.
And the Desert Khaki paint. Inline 6.
I know. I walked by that and took a double take. I was like, really?
Yeah, we could spend hours.
Right. Oh, yeah.
We take our products and we make it retrofit and look perfectly there.
And this is a wheel that Quadratec makes. It's an alloy wheel that looks like an old CJ Steely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so cool.
It's one of my favorite wheels that we do for that reason, because it's alloy, it's much lighter and more durable than a steel wheel. The interior of this is actually a dash out of an actual YJ.
Yeah, right.
No detail is unturned.
Yeah.
There's no original wiring from the JL.
Of course.
It's all YJ.
That's
and
awesome.
it even behaves like a 30-year-old Jeep and is very temperamental.
Of course, I can imagine being all cut out.
And it's not just a show vehicle. We do wheel this thing. We take it out and wheel it and beat it up.
I saw there were some scratches on the bumper and stuff from maybe Moab or something like that.
The bumperette's crushed in.
Yeah.
There's some great Easter eggs. So if you get a chance at any show, come out and see this thing. Any of us will be happy to walk you around it and show you all the Easter eggs. There's tons of them.
So you've got a lot of Jeeps here. I know there's another one to talk about. Let's head over there.
Sounds good.
This is a 22 Wrangler. It is Sarge Green, one of my favorite colors. What is special about this Jeep?
So the cool thing about this is we've partnered with Jeep, And we're giving this Jeep away. And now, as you can see, we're on 37s with our trail gunner wheels.
These are your flares,
These
like
are
high
our
top,
flares. Yeah,
Mopar
plenty
style.
of clearance.
Yeah.
We have the 2-inch Mopar lift already in. Axles, bumpers are to come. We're like in stage 3. I bet there's 6 or 7 stages. Rob is doing an amazing job getting this ready for somewhat lucky person to win. It comes complete with scratches that I put on in Moab.
Even better.
And we can't wait to give
So
this
how do you
away.
win? How do you enter?
QR code, or just go to our website,
Okay, go to
quadratech.com, and halfway down, click on the Win This Jeep. There's a picture of it at the top of the world.
Awesome. I think I may go on there and enter for a chance to win this awesome JL. You should do the same.
We manufacture locking differentials. These are drop-in style. They fit in open differentials and open carriers. So if you've ever had a wheel that slips and one wheel that is working and one wheel that isn't, our products will help you get further down the trail by locking both the wheels together so they spin at the same rate. What's different about ours, we should actually call them unlockers, because what happens is the vehicle can negotiate turns on the road automatically when the locker ratchets.
One thing that we'd see when we install a lot of lockers in this shop is that we have to do a whole ring and pinion setup every time you install a locker. That may not be the case with yours, right?
It's not the case. So 9 times out of 10, our customers can even install these themselves.
Right.
Or in a shop situation, it's a quick, easy upgrade that doesn't take a lot of time, because our product only replaces the spider gears in the open differential, so it does not affect the backlash of the ring and pinion.
Yeah, so basically you pull the axle shafts out just like this, pull the factory spider gears out, and replace the open spider gears with a locking differential like that.
Correct. It's 4 parts essentially, and then 2 pins. And in the case of our Aussie locker, there's 4 pins and 4 springs.
That's great. So obviously, if we're adding a locker, that's going to stress the rest of the drivetrain. It may be important to talk about other upgrades such as heavy-duty axle shafts, right? Absolutely. You guys also handle those. Tell us what is important about yours.
So the Torque Masters axles are a lifetime warranty product. We call it a limited lifetime warranty because there is a failure point, and that is the U-joint. Okay. We use the Dana Spicer full service joints, or lifetime service joints, excuse me, and we ship those fully assembled for the front axles. So it takes a lot of the guesswork or the potential
putting it together wrong, whatever.
Yeah. It's one of the hardest things to do correctly on a vehicle. Yeah. So we send those out fully assembled. Again, can help a shop with time and speed.
Well, it's been a lot of fun hanging out here in your booth, seeing what you guys make. These stickers, I got a big kick out of them. Lockers before light bars. Make sure you prioritize your upgrade. You always want more traction before you add a light bar. Thanks again, Eric, for chatting with us.
Thank you.
All right. Day 2 at the Jeep show. It is not as hot, but we are in the Power Tank booth, and I'm really excited because this is their very first East Coast show. This is Scott here. He's going to tell us all about Power Tank, what makes them unique, and why they provide an awesome solution for airing up on the trail.
How's it going, guys?
Yeah.
So this is Power Tank's product offerings. These products are definitely something that you almost need to see in person to experience how great they are, because they add a lot of little details and features that are both safety and performance oriented, like swivels at the end of all their hoses, or a pressure safety release valve so you don't end up blowing this tool into orbit when you try to take it off the tank. You've got high pressure CO2, which is nice and cool on a hot day. But one of the things that's nice about these tanks is their capacity and their performance. So this is actually equivalent to having about a 400-gallon air tank at 150 PSI, because it's actually liquid CO2, and it uses the vapors from the CO2 to actually run air tools, inflate your tires, do whatever you need to do.
A lot of JL, a lot of JK guys are running 37s. Most of the time they're airing down to maybe 10 or 15 pounds on the trail and airing up to maybe 30 or 35 pounds afterwards. How long does it take to air up a whole set of 4 tires?
So I have another featured product that we have here called the Monster Valves on this. I can air this entire Jeep up in about 2.5 minutes. The Monster Valves also have a built-in deflator where I can turn a collar and there's 5 holes and it allows the air to come out very quickly. I can probably air it down in about 2 minutes. And to deflate it, you would just move this collar. You can see how quickly it comes out.
So there's also some other really neat stuff here. We were talking about this jack earlier.
Yeah, that jack was a collaboration with Pro Eagle. It's a dual stage jack, and it has a saddle that can raise up a few inches to come in contact with your axle tubes, your lower control arm mount, whatever you need to do to lift it. So this can actually drop all the way back down inside here. This is a power shot bottle. This is a 20-ounce bottle that's filled with liquid CO2, the same way that the larger tanks are. The storage pressure is the same. It's about 800 to 1100 PSI. And this is actually to like clean dust or dirt off your rig at the end of the day. But that comes in the kit as well. But this, which normally if it was for a side-by-side, it would use a 200-gram CO2 cartridge. With this 20-ounce bottle, at that full storage pressure, it can connect to here. It's connected all the way first. There we go. And then...
Heck yeah. So if you need to replace a tire, you've got a flat, you're trying to replace an axle shaft, this is another tool that makes it easier to do that job while you're on the trail.
Sure, we used this jack and this yellow CO2 bottle to fix our friend John's XJ when he had a problem with an axle back in March. And I think from the stub shaft we had to take out from the time using these tools, we were able to use an impact gun with this tank as well. I think from the time that we actually stopped rolling to the time that he was back on the road with the new axle stub shaft, a couple other little tools as well, I think we were about 30 minutes in.
Oh yeah.
Which is crazy. It was almost like working in a fully apportioned shop.
Yeah, that's awesome. Again, we're here on day 2. We're in the ArmorLite booth. They've got a really cool JK completely stripped out here like many people like to drive. No top, no doors, and of course that means the opportunity for the interior to get wet. When it gets wet, we all know that that carpet gets nasty, smelly, something that none of them want. And ArmorLite provides an awesome solution for that. Tell us a little bit about what you've got going on, why it's unique.
Well, it's unique in a bunch of different ways. We went out on the trails for about 1.5 years before developing this product to get input from wheelers about what is it that you would want in a floor. Number one, nobody wants carpet.
Yeah, right.
So that was an easy one to solve. But then after that, a lot of feedback we were getting was thermal. We need thermal insulation because it gets so hot when I'm wheeling.
That's right.
The other was easy cleanability. I want to just be able to basically open the drain plug and hose it out and be done with it.
That's right.
And then just durable, right? No scratch and mar, make it something that looks nice and stays nice.
Yeah.
So we took all of that input and we developed this product really for the trail, but it's also as good for the daily commuter, right?
Yeah,
because
for sure.
Again, cleanability, durability, it looks nice. And you would never put a mat on it because we've already integrated the mat functionality with these treads. That's water management. It's also stiction to your shoe or your boot. If you feel the surface, it has a tackiness to it. And even in the cold of winter or the raininess of the summer, your foot will stick to the surface. It's another feature when you're off camber on a hill or something, you get out, you want to make sure your feet go where you put them.
That's right, that's right.
So we really over-engineered the back for full thermal insulation.
Yes,
and
that's like almost 1 inch thick.
Yeah, and you mentioned rain. Absolutely rain. We know this is going to get wet.
Yeah.
So that's why we went with a polyester insulator because it won't mildew or mold.
Really?
It will get wet, it will dry because that sheet metal is going to get up to 300 F after you've been driving for an hour.
Yep.
That is going to evaporate any moisture or wetness in here. Rainwater, washout water, none of that's an issue for this. We've had customers for a couple of years now, especially down in Florida and the Carolinas, who always keep their top off, always get rained on, and they absolutely love the product.
Yeah.
Now, if you're a swamper, every weekend you're looking for the deepest, muddiest, swampiest hole.
That's not me.
Then you're gonna have to pull these out, hose them off, dry them off, put them back in.
Yeah.
But it is a floor replacement. It's not a floor mat.
We're here with Rocksled Engineering. This is another manufacturer that we install in the shop regularly on JTs and JLs. We're here with AJ. We've got a killer JT behind us, Gladiator, featuring their power steps. These things are awesome because they allow you to get in and out of your Jeep super easy, and they can take the full weight of the vehicle as a hardcore rock slider, right? Tell us a little bit about them, how they're made.
So first and foremost, I mean, they are a actual rock slider. They're made to take a beating.
Awesome. You can high lift jack on them, the whole deal.
They're full boat sided here. They're flat on the bottom. I know if you can get in there, it's hard to do. Real easy to install. They don't require any modification to your vehicle. They actually utilize the body mounts pinch weld that's in the bottom, the pre-existing holes, and they also use the body mount bolts underneath. As far as wiring goes, you don't have to do any like splicing of wires, nothing in the OBD2 sensor port, any of that. It's its own standalone system. So there's your magnet, and here's your magnet switch. Now, although I do not have it on this vehicle here because I don't really take the doors off, we do make a door delete kit,
right,
which allows you to push a button when the doors are off and still deploy the steps and bring them back up. Kids, you know, animals, if you shut the door, don't realize it, kid puts his arm up in here, give it a few seconds, of course. Might scare the kid or animal, but it's not going to continue going. Just resets.
Yes.
If you know you're going to like hardcore hit some stuff, bounce off it, I always recommend the extra skid plate for it. It doubles up on the 10 gauge high carbon steel, makes it almost about 3 inches thick. So
holy smokes.
You play a lot trying to crush in on that. So I mean, they are meant to take a beat.
Yeah, so I also saw that you guys are releasing these for the, or they already are released for the Bronco.
We do have them released for the Bronco for 2 and 4 doors. Now we've customized it by painting the insert piece here. They will come black if you do order it, but you can paint it to whatever your accent color is and slide it right in there so it pokes right through the honeycomb. Awesome. You can mount 2 pod lights, one here and one there. We only got the one right now. And then for the 50-inch pillar, attaches directly to it. Once again, another bolt-on product. You don't have to modify anything. It's just a matter of unbolting the cowl piece from your factory there and replacing it with ours.
That's awesome. I really like the Rocksled product. Again, this slider is something we sell in the shop all the time. So if you're looking something for your JL, JT, JK, Bronco, TJ, LJ, these are a great solution. Thanks for hanging out with us and telling us a little about your product. So here we are in the booth with Hand Fab. This Inca Gold TJ completely caught my eye. I love this color. I think they only made it for 1 year. So seeing one here is pretty unique. It's probably one of the only ones this color today. Yeah, I don't know.
I haven't seen any others here at the show.
So totally rad to see. This thing is totally built out with a lot of products. These guys are here in Pennsylvania. They make some really nasty products. This is Harrison. He's gonna talk to us about exactly what they make for the TJ, JK, and even JL, right? So tell us about what's on this thing.
So this thing here has our TJ Insanity front bumper with a bull bar. It's a little bit of an older stock one, but we have updated some of our parts and we update stuff to try to make production better and to just make our parts better for the customers. We also have our TJ Insanity sliders on it as well.
It's like a boat side style kind of, which is cool.
They tie into the tub, they tie into the body mounts. We also make an Intensity series slider as well, and it's just kind of a classic style slider with a tube. And then it also showcasing our TJ Intensity rear. It has the hitch option. You can get it with or without the hitch.
And then these fenders, high clearance fenders, right?
Yes, yes. They were a prototype set of fenders. We are coming out with standard and highline fenders. They will be for the TJ. They will be aluminum. They will come with aluminum inner fenders, and they will also come with a new battery bracket. It has our WJ knuckle swap steering on it. It's running our heavy duty diff covers. They're 3/8 ring with 1/4 inch shell, generous 3/4 inch fill plug. They come with all stainless hardware, 1/2 inch drive fill plug, so it's super easy to change in and out.
Oil, all that stuff.
So
tell us about this JK. This thing's pretty nasty. It's got what, 40s on it? 39s?
This thing's on 40s. They're Milestar Patagonia 13.5s. It has a Kingpin 60 front. It's running our JK Insanity front frame chop.
Okay. And that's for this front bumper, right?
Yes, sir.
So you cut a bunch of the front of the frame horns off, and you get a real high and tight front bumper.
And then it also comes with an optional skid plate for guys that are running the Rubicon sway bar. They do the sway bar flip, and then it protects your sway bar motor that's down here. Every time we release new products, we're always posting on Facebook and Instagram. So you know to go to the website to check everything out. And website's outofhandfab.com. Like I said, we're adding new stuff all the time. So yeah.
I really like that these guys are based here in Pennsylvania. All the parts are made here in the United States by people that work in this awesome state. So this wraps up the 26th annual PA Jeep Show. We've been here for 2 days in the heat. We've had a great turnout. We've talked to a lot of awesome customers and a lot of awesome vendors, and that's what these events are for building relationships and talking to people. So if you've never been to the Jeep Show, make sure that you come to Pennsylvania and check it out. Thanks for watching this video. If you like our content, check out what we do in the shop on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Thanks for watching. See ya.